Hey, I'm Kyle Carter, and I'm here for Eco Gold at the Land Rover Hollow, fence 15 at Rolex. We're getting pretty far along in the course here, and so the horse is going to be a little bit tired, which is going to require a little bit of packaging on the way into this exercise. He'll come galloping up the hill behind us, up in front of the beautiful Range Rover. And then you'll gather the horse up there in the turn pretty much as you're passing that funny-looking tree. You collect the canter up, and you'll come around the turn, get them square up to this log here, and you'll move them up the hill to the log, because as you're approaching, you can't see any landing on the back side. At this level, the horses aren't going to be tricked by such a question, but they do like to know where they're going to land, so they probably are going to want to peek a little bit in the last little bit. So you want to get real close to that log, nice and deep, keep the leg on, holding your leg against them until they leave the ground, and then just sort of kick back with your shoulder a little bit as you land to go down that steep incline. Once you're in there, it's a bit like riding a roller coaster at Disneyland. You're going to land in there, and you're going to come flying across the bottom. You're going to turn up. I didn't walk it, but I'm guessing in about 7 or 8, and a little bend. You're going to get square up to B here, this bench, and you're going to come flying up this hill, and you can see it's going to be quite a tight stride. If they get to the top of this hill, they're going to put in about a probably 8-9 foot stride there, where they're really going to coil up underneath themselves in front of that bench, which is going to give them a great jump there as long as they stay in between hand and leg when they coil and the rider doesn't let go of the connection. But that said, sometimes horses will take advantage of the fact that they're right up underneath themselves, a bit like a goat on a rock, and pop out to the right there and spit the bit on the rider. So as a precaution, you might come over A and gallop around off the left lead and jump just that big brush there, the B element option, which is very straightforward. You could jump that on a small pony, I'd say, easily, maybe even a dog. And then you're going to gallop on down the hill away. But obviously, if you do the option here, you're really giving up the competition. And I think most people here are going to be not just trying to get around to say they finished, but they're going to be giving this a go and going straight down to that narrow. Because although it is narrow at the top of a hill, it's not really that narrow. At this level, these horses are going to look down, see where the flag is, and just focus on that. It should ride very, very well. So now we've come out of the hollow, the Land Rover Hollow, and we've galloped through those woods right along the tree line there. This is a particularly fast part of the course because you've left the hollow. You can get them into a gallop. You have a little bit of winding to do there, but it's just about keeping your boot against the rope and letting the horses gallop along. That very nice, easy galloping fence. It should jump right out of stride. I think it actually is an asset at this type of fence when the sides are out in front a little bit, because it keeps the horses off and you're trying to gallop at speed to it. And the trick here is to let them recover their breath, gallop up to it, find it an easy effort, and not carry you hard over the jump. Because I'd say it's small, but it's probably about 8 feet from base to back side, and so it's not going to be an easy job if you make them shorten up and show jump around it. So obviously you're going to try and keep going fast, and you're going to try and let them recover on landing to be able to be very attentive for the next jump, which is going to be a real challenge for them. I'm standing here with Buck Davidson at fence 17 ABCD, which is actually more letters than Buck can actually go to in his alphabet. And I'd just like to ask him about his experience on the Today Show recently.
Well, luckily I've learned a lot from you, Kyle, and I've seen everything that you've done, and I've done exactly the opposite.
So it's really working for you then?
It is. I am disappointed to pull off a U dressage today, and hopefully I don't pull a me here at the Sunken Road from the World Games.
And so basically you're listening to my mother's advice and you're going back to college and going to become a doctor.
Yeah, I don't think any school would let me in.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way, but she thought I had potential. Do you want to tell us about this jump and how you're going to ride through it, or at least how you're going to tell people to ride through it and lie to them, because God knows you're just going to pull it off however it works?
Yeah, well, luckily my first horse was trained by you, so it probably won't get this far. But if it does, I'm hoping that all the great training I put into it is going to pay off here. No, I'm hoping that I come, still have a lot of horse left. Gallop down, get a really sort of collected coffin canter here and jump the rails nicely. And then this is a unique situation because most roads we're usually slowing down. And I think I want to stay wide so I can be speeding up so that I can make the two to the corner out short. So that's kind of the plan. Get them slow here and then be sort of moving up the whole way. And, you know, we'll see. I'm the first one, so we'll see how it goes.
And are you going to take the left-hand corner over here or the right-hand corner at the out?
I'm hoping to take the left-hand corner.
All right, perfect.
Go big or go home, right?
Absolutely. So what you're saying is you've ridden the horse that we had in training years ago, and you've ridden its confidence to this point, but you expect that by this point you won't have ruined its confidence yet?
Well, I figured that if it got through you and still came to me and it was still walking, then I must do something really good. So I figure if it jumped anything with you, I mean, if there was a 6-star, it'd be fine with me, I think.
Well, the only thing is since my wife was training, I can't actually take any of the credit for it. But she got a 29 on the flat when she rode it. How did you do today?
Yeah, I think I got a 29, you know, all the points added up. Yeah, exactly. I thought you trained it. Well, then I feel bad now because your wife obviously did a great job.
Well, I'll pass that on to her.
There you go.
Can you explain the option?
Oh, I better take the option over because Buck